Echo sounder. To switch the system on, press the far right-hand key marked on. The system will switch on and recall the parameter settings which were selected when the system was last switched off. To switch the system off, press and hold the second key from the right marked off. The system will switch off after about 3 to 5 seconds. This is a built-in safety feature to prevent accidental switching off. There are 9 control keys in the echo sounder, and these are the cursor, escape, enter, gain, range, dim, print, marker, and symbol. Cursor. The cursor key allows the user to move the cursor within a menu and alter parameters. The position of the cursor can easily be seen. The word, letter, or digit marked by the cursor appears in verse, dark background, or light text. Parameters to be altered must be first marked with the cursor. Escape. The escape key is used to leave a menu or to abort parameter alterations. Enter. The enter key is used to call up menus and confirm parameter alterations within menus. Gain. The gain keys are used to alter system, known as amplification, to achieve a clear presentation in automatic gain control mode. Range. The range keys are used to set the depth range of the system. Dim. The dim keys are used to set the play backlighting level to suit the user. Print. The print key is used when the user wants to make a simultaneous hard copy of the echogram. This is only possible if a printer is connected to the system. Marker. When the marker is pressed, a vertical dotted line appears on the screen and moves with the presentation from right to left. At the same time, all relevant information is stored in the system's 24-hour memory. This memory stores data from the previous 24-hour operating hours. Symbol. The key marked with a loudspeaker symbol is used to acknowledge acoustic depth alarms. Navtex. For a Navtex receiver to function effectively, it is essential that the operator should have a sound knowledge of how to program and operate his particular receiver. This is not difficult provided the following practical steps are followed. First, make sure that there are sufficient rolls of Navtex paper on board. Second, check that there is a paper in the receiver. Third, turn the Navtex receiver on at least 4 hours before sailing, or better still, leaves it turned on permanently. This avoids the chance of losing a vital information that could affect the vessel during its voyage. Fourth, make sure that the equipment operating manual is available close to the equipment, paying particular attention to the fact that your equipment may be programmed differently from other makes and models. Fifth, using the equipment operating manual, make a handy guide for programming, status, and auto-testing procedures for your vessel's equipment. Place it in a plastic cover and keep it with the equipment. Sixth, have available next to the equipment a plastic copy of the nav areas or meta areas in which the vessel is likely to sail, showing the Navtex stations, their coverage ranges, their respective time schedules, and BI characters. Seventh, program your receiver to accept only those messages identified with the B1 character of the Navtex station, which covers the area in which your vessel is currently sailing, and the one covering the area into which you are about to sail. This will avail the equipment printing information which has no relevance to your voyage and will avoid unnecessary waste of paper. Eighth, program your receiver to accept only those messages identified with the B2 characters, type of message you wish to receive. It is recommended that most B2 characters, A to Z, be programmed, but you may exclude those for Nav-8 equipments, Deca or Loran for example, with which your vessel is not fitted. Be aware that the characters A, B, and D must be included as they are mandatory. Ninth, take extra care not to confuse the programming of B1 character station designators with those B2 characters type of messages. It is very easy for an operator to believe that he or she is programming B1 characters when in fact they are programming B2 characters. After programming Always check the program status to ensure that it is correct. 10th, lastly, if information is received incomplete or garbled, inform the relevant Navtex station, giving the time of the reception or UTC and your vessel's position. By so, not only will you obtain the information you require, but you will also help to improve the system. In the same way, any safety critical occurrences observed during the voyage must be passed immediately to the nearest or most convenient coast radio station and address the relevant nav area or meta area or national coordinator responsible for the area in which you are sailing. GPS. Selecting a display mode. Press display selection to select a desired mode. It's either plotter 1 or plotter 2, highway, navigation, or data. Enlarging or shrinking the display, just press zoom in to enlarge, press zoom out to shrink. Shifting the cursor. Press cursor on or off to turn on the cursor. Operate the cursor pad to shift the cursor. Shifting the display, press cursor on or off to turn off the cursor. Operate the cursor pad to shift the display. Press the center key to shift on ship to the center of display. Centering cursor position, press cursor on or off to turn in or on the cursor. Operate the cursor pad to position the cursor where desired. Press center. Entering or erasing marks. Press cursor on or off to turn on the cursor. Operate the cursor pad to position the cursor where you wish to enter a mark. Press mark. To erase any mark except MOB, place the cursor on the mark and press clear. Selecting mark or shape line type, press menu, escape, and 2, press upper or lower case to select mark shape or mark line. Press right or left keys to select mark shape or mark line desired. Press NU or CUENT or press menu, escape. Entering event mark. Press event MOB momentarily. Entering MOB mark. Press event MOB about 3 seconds until save MOB position appears. Press NU or CUENT. Start stopping, plotting, and recording of track. Press plot on or off. H will appear when recording is disabled. H will disappear when recording is enabled. Registering waypoints. A waypoint can be entered by several ways. Below is one of the procedures to enter the cursor. Press WPT-RTE. Second, press 1 to select cursor. Third, operate the cursor pad to place the cursor on the position desired for a waypoint. Press NU or CUENT. Press downward key to select mark column. Press sideward keys to select mark shape. Press NU or CUENT. And lastly, enter comment or maximum of 12 nautical alphanumeric characters. ECDIS, basic operation. Startup. The system should be left with the power on. The system is switched on using the external power switch. When power is switched on, the operating system will be started, automatically followed by the system program. When the system is switched on after the first initialization, the system will start with the settings that were active when the system was turned off. Turning the system off, the system is turned off by using the external power switch. Note, always let the system boot completely before shutting down. Using the trackball is used to position the cursor on the screen and to maneuver in menus and dialogues. The trackball keys have the following functions. Left key, used to click on buttons and operate menus. Right key, used to display the object information dialog. The scroll wheel, used to increase or decrease the chart scale for scrolling up and down in list and for editing values in checkboxes. The trackball, used for moving the cursor on the screen. The trackball can also be used for panning the chart by holding down the left key. Adjusting display brightness. Brilliance. The display brilliance is adjusted by the plus and minus keys on the M5024 and M5027 monitors. The monitors are color calibrated from factory and has its individual backlight brightness set point in accordance with ECDIS standard. ECDIS approved brilliance settings is indicated with a green indicator in the brill. If the brilliance is changed on the monitors, the indicator changes yellow. Display palettes. 4 display palettes are available for optimum color contrast under different light conditions. The red and black palette is not included in the ECDIS standard. When this palette is selected, this will be indicated with a yellow indicator on the palette button. Then display brightness is used by setting the palette button. Right-click to display and select palette options. Left-click to return to ECDIS approved palette. Selecting the chart scale. Current chart scale is shown in the chart info panel. The chart scale is changed by scrolling up or down with the scroll wheel using the zoom buttons on the chart panel. Select the middle zoom button for selecting the best scale available for the vessel's position. Moving chart center. You move the chart by panning or moving the cursor while holding down the left cursor key. Left-click to the center the chart on the current cursor position. Left-clicking the cursor readout panel and then entering the selected position for the chart center. You can also move the chart to a route or to a selected chart. AIS RM808 AIS is fitted with a full alphanumeric keyboard with the following functions. By pressing any key on the keyboard, the letters are addressed. Number symbols and special characters are addressed by holding down the Shift upper key and simultaneously pressing the chosen key. The characters can be reached by holding down the function or FN key and pressing the chosen key. Explanation of the cursor cross. The cursor cross allows navigation within the current screen, up, down, left, and right. In addition to the actual displayed enter button, the center of the cursor always has enter functionally. Explanation of the numlock and num functions. The numlock function is enabled after pressing the function key and shift key. It is possible to disable the numlock function by pressing the shift key. Explanations of the soft keys. The soft keys are divided into two vertical static keys, M14 to M4, and horizontal dynamic keys, M5 to M8, which differ in function according to the current application. M1 reserved for future use, M2 displays mode, M3 safety message, M4 display settings, menu, go to menu, M5 to M8. These soft keys are described in individual screens. Safety keys. The RM808 AIS is fitted with the safety keys, which allow the user to automatically send urgent messages without necessity of navigating the menus. MOB. The MOB button sends out precise position of an MOB incident to address vessels, therefore allowing the message to be sent to a vessel closest to accident location. SRM. The SRM button sends emergency broadcasts safely related to messages, all ships in the vessel listing. Menu structure. To call up the main menu, press the menu button once and all sub-menus are displayed. The cursor position indicates the selected sub-menu. Menu navigation is achieved by pressing the up or down keys to select, and then by pressing enter to confirm the desired submenu section. To escape from any submenu and returning the navigation screen, press the M2 button at any time. The own vessel's current navigation information is continuously displayed on the first line. It contains the own position and the first 3 vessels which are located within the closest range of the ship.